The presidential candidate for the ruling party has made it clear that the government led by him would be one of continuity, one that would continue the current policies in place by the administration. However, he appears open to new ideas and suggestions. PPP presidential candidate Donald Ramotar today met with members of the business community in the final of the private sector exchanges with the presidential candidates. Ramotar told the business persons gathered that Guyana is growing and growing fast. He said there's a lot more that Guyana needs to focus on.
I will be campaigning in these elections on the basis of continuity, while at the same time we will have new and more bold programs in our manifesto to offer the Guyanese people.
Though he did not dive into specifics during his presentation, promising that those will come in the party's manifesto, he said it is important to pay attention to what has been happening on the international stage, since changes there could impact here.
It is clear that we must become more productive, more competitive internationally. We must craft an export-oriented policy so that we can prosper at home.
Guyana, he said, needs to look more at energy and water resources and their development, and not be confined to just hydropower.
I'm not limiting the areas that we can search for alternative energy, because what is very well known already, I've been asking my friend Jason all the time about when he's getting in solar panels so that I can take off some of my own equipment from GPL, because it's really creating a hole in my pocket. But you have solar, we have wind, we have fuel alcohol, ethanol, not only from sugar, but from many, many other things.
And he also challenged some private sector companies to move away from just being a family business.
Private sector itself must begin to change their attitude towards the whole question of ownership. This family business of trying to hold on to the business, one family don't want anybody to tell them anything. I think that kind of attitude needs, there must be a revolution in the thinking of the private sector itself, so that they can, people who obviously got $50 billion sitting in a bank with very small interest rate, can find it attractive to buy shares into their business.
Ramotar promised that a government led by him would see more public and private sector partnerships, recalling that President Jag Theo hosted a business forum back in 1999 and there has been none since. A Ramotar government, he said, would keep more of those meetings, and it would not take 12 years. He touched briefly on the security situation, saying that the security problems facing the country must be tackled in a specific way.
We have the bigger general problems of security that you always hear about, and this is a problem in our society that we have to tackle in Guyana in a very, very vigorous way, in partnership with our region and further afield. We have to work together to improve the security of our state, to improve the security of the citizens, and so that we can even flourish and move forward in a bigger way.
The education sector, he said, is one that also needs development, and one that will remain a priority. On the value-added tax, he said, while some may see VAT as a burden, persons need to be reminded of the other taxes that were thrown out when VAT came in, and the fact that VAT continues to rake in much-needed revenue for the state.